I got it! When I first heard about Dave being trapped in a maze...
1, 2, 3, 4!
I built a labyrinth. Can you believe it?
Dave is trapped in a cardboard maze in his living room and he can't get out.
Welcome to Dave Made a Minute, the podcast where a whole bunch of us are exploring the film Dave Made a Maze 1 minute at a time. The twist. Many of the participants have never seen the film. Some don't even know what film they're sampling. They get their minutes and they tackle them as they see fit. Here's your host from the Groundhog Day Project and Michael Myers Minute, Robert Black.
Minute 28, our heroes find hoof prints and Dave might be a cannibal. To tackle Minute 28, we had some scheduling issues with a few interviews, and I didn't want you to have to put up with me for 4 episodes in a row, so I made an offer on Facebook.
I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse.
Short notice, but you get 3 episodes in a row to actually make some sense of things. So they will still be back in Minute 55 in the original continuity of this thing, but for the next 3 episodes we've got Liz Whitaker of Mean Girls Minute, along with Alyson Grimm, to the rescue.
You come home, there's a giant maze in your living room. You're like, what the? There's a giant maze in my living room. I've heard of people rearranging the furniture, but this is wackadoodle crazy. Give me a sense of that.
This doesn't make any sense.
Is that a problem? There's a promise to my segment. But solutions, no problem.
It's like a fucking cocktail party in here.
If I get a few words from you before you go.
Welcome, listeners, to another episode of Dave Made a Minute, the podcast where a bunch of randos from the internet talk about random minutes of the movie Dave Made a Maze 1 minute at a time. I'm Liz from the forthcoming podcast Potent Potables, and I am joined today by
Alyson, also of the forthcoming podcast Potent Potables, a podcast where 2 dumb assholes are going to talk about Jeopardy. Because truly smart people don't start podcasts about Jeopardy.
And we don't mean the legal term Jeopardy. No. The beloved American game show hosted by Alex Trebek, Jeopardy.
The sexiest.
And it sounds like our special guest just can't wait to make himself heard on the mic. We are joined also today by Gritty the dog. Gritty, do you want to introduce yourself? Well, Gritty says hi, everybody, and he'd love to give you all a hug.
I think it would be funny if you introduced him as just Gritty, the NHL mascot, and then he did one of those like labored grunts. It's just what Gritty sounds like.
This is unfortunately not Gritty the well, oh good God.
What did
he knocked over the mic. This is another agent of chaos, Gritty the Pitty.
Gritty the Pitty, I love it.
Gritty the rescue pitty who followed me home a week ago.
He's so cute. I love
and decided
him.
he wanted to start a podcast, so here we are. So, welcome to the Gritty Cast editions of Dave Made a Minute, where maybe we'll talk about the movie, but probably we'll mostly just talk about, the dog making noise.
Yeah. I mean, I think that the podcast should just start with, 7 solid minutes of Gritty breathing, and then us laughing at his noises.
And don't worry, listeners, we will definitely make sure that you can see photos of Gritty the Pitty on these special Gritty episodes. And, he is available for adoption to a good home.
So if you live in Indiana or know anyone who lives in Indiana and is looking for a lovable, hell-raising pit bull named Gritty, call Liz.
He is an adorable agent of chaos.
Just like the real Gritty.
Basically.
So, Liz, are you ready to go back to Cardboard Titanic?
We can't do that. That's not our show. That was hosted by Rob and Duff and their absent friend Joe.
Yeah. Well, listeners, in this minute of Dave Made a Maze, we are talking about minute 28. This minute opens with Annie wanting to know what we're dealing with here, and closes with Annie questioning whether Dave is killing and eating people.
That Annie is so practical.
She is. Like, Gordon, that was Gordon, right? Like, he's suggesting a minotaur, and she immediately goes for, like, no, I think my boyfriend is killing and eating people. Like, I mean, that's not really the first place I would go. Like, people are disappearing in this cardboard maze my boyfriend made. I think he's killing and eating people. Like, she could have just stuck with killing, but, like, eating people?
Well, where else are their bodies going in this cardboard place?
It's a giant cardboard maze. They could be anywhere.
Okay. I suppose they could be. Well, almost anywhere.
Almost anywhere.
Yeah, so the first thing I really noticed in the minute is Harry, the documentary director, like...
Billy Zane.
Oh, yeah, sorry, my bad. Billy Zane, Wunderkid documentary director, clapping at Bryn and Annie, and Bryn is like, I don't know what you're doing. What are you doing? I'm not a circus animal. She doesn't say that, but she should. And he wants them to hug, which is how neither of them just turn around and slug him. I will never know.
I mean, they have more pressing things on their mind, and I think they're just confused by, like, I don't know if they've even processed it enough to be angry. Like, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? Oh, well, come on. Like, they didn't even have time to think about, like, what the fuck.
Yeah. Under no circumstances should anyone ever instruct me that I am to hug another person against my will.
No.
That will not end well for you. FYI.
However, if you clap to instruct her to hug a dog...
Maybe. I still don't like being told what to do.
Yeah, I get that. When I was 19, I was considering shaving my head, and I was talking to my parents about it, and my dad said that I shouldn't do it because that's not something that girls should do. So I did it literally the next
I was like,
morning.
so you immediately went and got a razor, right?
Sure did.
I feel like you could pull off a shaved head.
I've done it a couple of times. It's fun. It's easy, and it saves a lot of money on shampoo. It saves a lot of time getting ready in the morning. I kind of want to do it again.
I already
and
have
just keep a buzzed head forever.
So little hair that it doesn't. I don't spend that much money on. I like my shampoo expenses are negligible, and half the time I just go to work with my hair wet and put it up in a clip anyway.
Nice. Low maintenance. I like that. I'm jealous.
I mean, I usually feel a bit better about myself if I make the attempt to do something with my hair, but whatever.
Yeah, you got more important things to worry about,
sleep.
like whether your significant other is killing and eating people.
That,
and by your I mean Gritty,
or my podcasting dog.
Yes.
So Annie again is going to take charge, and she is not interested in hugs from Bryn. She is interested in moving on to the next room. And I love the way she, like, puts her fingers around the doorway, the door frame, and just kind of slowly creeps around the edge.
I like Annie a lot as a character, and I think she and Dave kind of complement each other because he's kind of aimless and she's a lot more, tethered to reality, very practical, very take charge, like, I'm gonna take over and get shit done. And I really respect that.
All right.
I think she's a great character.
I can see that about her. I still don't know a ton about Dave because I have still not seen this movie. I know.
That was Gritty. You should really watch the movie. I really liked it.
I will. I need to do that. Oh, you know what? I really missed the opportunity. I should have given Gritty the opportunity to be introduced by his full name.
Oh, yes, go on.
I'm sorry. We are joined today by a very special guest, dog podcaster extraordinaire, Gritty Pork Roll Sour Patch Ghost.
May I ask why?
May you ask why those 4 names?
Yes.
Okay.
Gritty, obviously.
Well, let's begin at the end beginning. So, okay. Ghost, I started calling him the Gray Ghost because he is a blue pit bull, so he is gray in color. But he literally followed me home a week ago and hung around my house all night. I couldn't get him to come in the garage or come near me that first night, but he hung around my yard like a haunting for that whole first night. So that's why I started calling him Ghost. And then it became clear that he was a big, lovable, freak-a-leak-a doof, beloved Philadelphia Flyers mascot, Gritty.
Yes.
So he became Gritty Ghost. And then as the minute-by-minute podcast community learned more about my fostering of this stray beast, a few of them donated funds to help me buy things for this little monster. And so his middle 2 names were chosen by the 2 donors.
Oh, very nice.
The minute by minute podcast community are just really stand up folks.
Seriously. And not just because they're all failed stand up comedians.
True. I've never even tried stand up.
Oh, I never have either. There's no fucking way.
I would know. That's terrifying.
Yeah. No. I also, in this minute, I want to give Gordon some credit because he's a smart man and he knows that when you build a maze, it's gonna attract a minotaur. It's just a fact of mazes. He's like, duh.
Hooves.
Obviously, yeah, these hoof prints. Obviously, it's a minotaur. We're in a maze.
Yes. So, for as impressive as Annie generally is, she walks through this next room and she's like, it looks like he moved through here on pig hands.
She said paint cans.
I thought she said pig hands, which
no. But what the fuck?
Pig hands. Pigs have hooves for hands. I swear I thought.
But they're small and 4-legged.
Yeah, but look at the spots on the floor. They're like hoof prints, so they look like pig hands. I'm gonna Google this. Do I really think I'm gonna be able to Google this answer?
No, you're not. I'm pretty sure it's paint
I
cans.
swear it's pig hands. You know what? This is a great opportunity for listener engagement. Listeners.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to put a poll up in the listener group when this comes out, which I think is very, very soon.
Next
week.
Next
Wednesday. I think this episode comes out Wednesday. Oh, shit.
Jesus.
Sorry, Robert. we'll get this to you ASAP. We'll put listeners visit the Dave Made a Minute Facebook page or the Minotaur listener group and take our poll. Let us know whether you think Annie says paint cans or pig hands. I think both are absurd for different reasons. So either way, it works.
I think the detail of the blood is really cool. How it's done is sort of like, how would you even describe it? Almost like streamers of paper.
It looks like a combination between silly string and ticker tape.
Yeah.
Or like the strands of pom-poms.
Yeah, I can see that.
Because this is the pink stuff that's strung everywhere is the good yarn we hear about last week, right?
Oh yes, the good yarn of about which George had an opinion, I think.
What doesn't he have an opinion about? God, I love this boom mic operator.
Oh my god. I have a note about him in one of the upcoming minutes about how he never puts the boom mic down.
No, never. He is a professional.
He is a professional. He is committed.
He is gonna get that audio recorded, and it is gonna be clear.
I would hire this man.
I don't know what I would hire him for. I don't have a lot of boom mic needs, but
if I needed a boom mic operator, he would be my first choice.
Unlike the Steadicam operator, but that's for next minute.
God,
I hate Harry.
Yeah. Harry's the documentarian,
yeah.
Right? Okay. I watched this movie like a couple weeks ago, and I've already like lost all context for the individual minutes. Like I forgot Bryn's name. I was like, "Who's this girl?"
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I only.
Is she one of the Flemish tourists?
Oh, you mean are there Flemish? Where are the Flemish tourists? Are they still outside? That's terrible. What am I doing?
I don't know. Is this a Flemish accent?
I don't think so, but it could be anything, right?
We are absolutely the two people you want to listen to talk about Jeopardy. A show for real smart nerds.
I probably do a lot of I do my Rocky accent on the Jeopardy.
Oh, okay.
Oh wait, hang on. He was just making noise, of course, and now he stopped.
Oh, damn it, Gritty!
I picked up my mic and hung it down like it was a boom mic.
Well, in that case, you should have held your arms up above your head.
Well, that was the wrong direction to capture the dog sounds. I know. It's always something with me.
I doubt your commitment to boom mic operation.
But you will never doubt my commitment to sparkle motion.
How do you know that? You haven't seen any movies, but you know Donnie Darko?
I have seen Donnie Darko, and even if I hadn't, I am a magnet for pop culture. I know. So it was Halloween this week, and I think if you have listened to every minute of this show, you may have heard me as a guest on Cardboard Titanic Minute talk about how I am terrified of horror movies, of all scary movies. Anyway, so we had a pitch-in at work for Halloween, and we always have like trivia or contests. And it was like figure out the name of the scary movie based on like a super vague description of the plot. Okay. I only missed like 3 out of 20.
Really? Yeah. And how many of those had you actually seen?
Surprisingly a lot of them. I'd seen
really?
Shining, I'd seen Blair Witch Project, Nightmare on Elm Street.
Right. Have you seen Halloween?
Is Halloween the one at the camp?
No.
I always forget what that one is. Friday the 13th. I've seen that.
Is Halloween the one at the camp?
That wouldn't make sense, would it?
No.
I haven't seen Halloween, though, so I don't actually know what it's about.
Oh, okay. You should watch Halloween.
No, I shouldn't. Why would it?
This is my punishment for you. You should, yes.
Is there a Psych episode that parodies the movie Halloween? Because that's why I remember. Actually, Psych is how I was able to answer a lot of them, because I had just watched the episode.
Really?
Well, because there were a lot of like classic ones on there, like a lot of Hitchcock, and they had just done.
Oh yeah, I'm sure Psycho.
Yeah, and the episode where Mr. Yin Part 1 or whatever, where they set up the whole like movie set where it has all of the main characters from the show are playing key roles from Hitchcock movies.
Okay.
And yeah, that's how I knew most of those.
I've never seen an episode of Psych.
Oh, I really like Psych. It is a very funny, cute, smart, sometimes dumb others show that is so steeped in like movie culture and popular culture. There's a lot of like they do a lot of Star Wars stuff, and it's like a good, fun, nerdy show.
I like that.
And it's well acted. The two leads have amazing chemistry. I just love, I mean, I love Dule Hill no matter what anyway. But
is it still airing?
No, it ended in 2016 or 2017.
Oh, okay.
Apparently they really, like a movie came out last year, but I haven't been able to find a way to watch that. I mean, I watched it late, so I got to binge it all, but
nice.
It's on Amazon Prime.
Okay, maybe I'll check it out.
Yeah, I really like it. I think you would like it.
I think I would, yeah, from what I've heard a little bit. I know they've like, did they do a Hannibal episode?
Probably.
Okay. There's like some show I was really into that they did an episode, like a tribute to, and I don't remember what it was.
Yeah, they do a lot. They'll do a lot of episodes that are homages to other things. And I think they do a really good job. I also love that they are self-aware and self-deprecating, and they make jokes about The Mentalist all the time. Which was like the same show, like the same concept, but it was like more dramatic and on CBS.
So I don't have any other notes about this minute.
I don't think I do either. I was just gonna. I think that we've pretty much gotten it from tip to tail with clapping for hugs and is my boyfriend killing and eating people.
From the tip of the Minotaur horn to the tail of the Minotaur tail.
Excellent. Nicely done.
Thank you.
Brilliant.
Thank you. I thought really hard about that.
Seamless. She definitely says pig hands.
No, she says paint cans.
All right. Well, I think we all know what that means. That means, listeners, it's time for you to go online and cast your vote. But that means you've got to be a member of the Facebook listener group for this podcast, Minute Or.
That's Minute space or O-R. Get it?
Yeah. So go online and join that. And once you've done that and voted in our poll, you should hop on the internet machine of your choice and navigate to twitter.com and follow a little account called @PotentPotables. And that way you can stay up to date on when we are going to be ready to launch that podcast. Because after this, you know you want to hear us talk about Jeopardy every week.
God. It's going to be amazing.
Just the best ever.
Yes. Well, listeners, we will be back for another mystery minute of Dave Made a Minute. Liz, do you know when we're going to be back?
I think we might be back tomorrow.
I was going to try to make it a surprise.
You just asked me if I knew. I was going to stay quiet and let you leave it a surprise, but you asked if I knew.
All right. Tomorrow.
Best co-host ever. We're totally on the same wavelength.
Tomorrow's podcast is going to be hosted by Gritty and co-hosted by my cat. So
maybe I'll get one of my other dogs in on the mic.
Please do. Normally my cats are all over my shit when I'm out here, but they're playing it cool tonight.
I know we
All
mean
right.
business.
Mm-hmm. Well, listeners, come back tomorrow.
And then I could probably disarm all the traps. And then we can finish this maze. Who is with me?
That was Liz Whitaker of Mean Girls Minute along with Alyson Grimm taking on minute 28 of Dave Made a Maze. Next time on Dave Made a Minute, we've got Liz and Alyson back again to take on minute 29.
Thank you for listening to Dave Made a Minute. Intro dialogue snippets were taken from Dave Made a Maze, directed by Bill Watterson, written by Bill Watterson and Steve Sears, and produced by John Charles Meyer. Intro music is Diversion by The Equals, featured in the film Dave Made a Maze, and Life Cycle of a Match by Parvis Decree. Outro music is Leaving This Godforsaken Place and Her Presence is Strong Here by Parvis Decree. Dave Made a Minute is a production of Lemming Drop Studio and all other featured podcast producers. You can find more content at lemmingdrops.com. Check us out on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Dave Made a Minute. If you like what you hear, throw us a rating and review on your podcatcher of choice, and check out all of the participants' other shows to spread the love around. Again, thank you for listening.
As long as we're all working together, this is going to be fine. It's going to be great.
I need you to notify the families of everyone who died here today.
Totally. Wait, what?